Welcome everyone to English 1314, and today we invite you to travel with us on a simple, honest, and powerful journey. Here is the story of a young person who could not speak a single sentence in English without fear, who felt small in every room, who looked at the floor during meetings, who deleted messages, and who ran away from chances. This person was ignored many times, laughed at sometimes, and often judged as weak. Yet with steady work, strong will, and clear steps, this person moved from 0 words to confident conversations, from silence to speeches, from low pay to new opportunities, and from doubt to a calm and bright life. My name is Alex, and this is the real path I took. I will share it with simple language so every learner can follow. I kept this story hidden for years because it felt painful. When I remembered my early days, I felt heavy, like I was stuck inside a small cold box with no door. But today, I want to open that box for you. Maybe you need to hear this. Maybe it will turn a small light on inside your heart. I could not speak English, not a little, not broken. I mean nothing. I watched videos online and wished I could talk like them. I heard English in coffee shops and felt like people there were from another planet. I stayed quiet in class and at work. I did not accept calls. I canceled interviews. I avoided events where I had to talk. I did all this because I was afraid, and that fear began on one special day. It was a cold Tuesday, January 8th, 2019. I lived in a small basement room in a noisy street near a bus line. The ceiling was low, the window was tiny, the lamp made a buzzing sound that never stopped. I had a thin mattress, a wobbly chair, a laptop with a cracked corner, and one cheap metal shelf. That morning, I woke before the sun. My interview was at 9. I had not slept. I kept thinking about the words I would need, and it felt like those words were birds that did not want to land. I needed a job very badly. My wallet had $47 and some coins. Rent was due in 10 days. If I failed, I did not know how I would pay. The job was at a small support company that helped online shops. It paid enough to survive. I had a printed email with the time and address. I had practiced a few lines I found on the internet, but I did not understand them well. I shaved with cold water because the heater was broken again. I wore a blue shirt and black jeans. I cleaned my old shoes and tried to look ready. My hands shook when I fixed my belt. I told myself, just smile, just be polite, just say the basic things and it will be fine. I left the house early and walked for 40 minutes. I repeated my introduction again and again, but then I forgot one word and my mind went blank. A couple walked past me speaking fast English. I caught weekend and deadline and video call, and I felt like I did not belong in that world. I arrived very early and waited on a hard chair in a hallway with white walls and a dry plant in the corner. 2 other people waited there. They wore suits and carried folders. I felt smaller with every minute. The door opened and a woman called my name. We sat down in a small room. A man with glasses said, "Tell me about yourself." My mouth opened and no sound came out. Then strange sounds came, but they were not sentences. I said, "My name Alex, hardworking, you company very good," and then I stopped. The man looked kind but confused. He asked about my experience. I tried to answer and said, "Yes, I can phone call, I can work, I learn fast." The interview lasted 3 minutes. They thanked me. I walked outside and did not take the elevator. I walked down the stairs, out to the street, past a bakery and a bus stop, and kept walking. I found a small park. I sat on a wet bench under gray clouds. I replayed the moment again and again, the blank mind, the short breath, the hot ears. I wanted to cry, but I felt dry like a desert. I went home and lay on the mattress in my clothes. I stared at the ceiling and asked, "Is this my life now?" That night I did not eat. I did not talk to anyone. I did not touch my phone. I just listened to the bus brakes and the fridge hum. In the quiet, a small thought came. No one is coming to fix this for you. If you wait, you will wait forever. I sat up and said out loud in simple words, "If I do not change, nothing will change." I made a promise to myself that night. I would learn English. Not a little, not someday. I would learn enough to work, to speak, to lead, to help others. I would learn until I felt free. I wrote one sentence at the top of a notebook page. I speak English fluently. I am still becoming that person. The grammar was not perfect, but the meaning was strong. That was my start. I did not buy a course. I did not join a school. I built a system from hunger, order, and daily action. Here is the path. Step 1. Moving the mouth. Most students begin with listening, but I began with speaking. I stood in front of a mirror with a crack in the corner. I said, "Hello, my name is Alex. I am learning English." I said it 10 times. I said it again at night. Then I added short sentences about my day. Today I wake up early. I will go to the store. I feel nervous but brave. Simple sentences trained my mouth. Step 2. I made a survival wall. I taped paper to the wall with useful lines. Ordering food. I would like a sandwich, please. Do you take cards? Asking for help? Excuse me, could you tell me the way to the station? Phone answers. Good morning, this is Alex speaking. How may I help you? Every 3 days I added a new sheet. The wall became a teacher that never slept. Step 3. The 1-1-1 focus. 1 hour, 1 topic, 1 result every day. Day 1. Self-introduction. I watched 2 short videos, wrote 5 key lines, spoke them into my phone, and listened back. By the end, I could introduce myself better than yesterday. Day 2, directions. Day 3, grocery talk. Day 4, job talk. Day 5, family talk. Day 6, giving opinions. Day 7, small talk. I kept going. Step 4, English identity. I wrote my to-do list in English. I changed my phone to English. I put sticky notes on objects: door, mug, charger, light switch. I told myself Alex thinks in English now. I often made mistakes. I used a dictionary. I wrote daily lines like, "Today I feel tired, but I keep moving." One day I wrote, "I trust my voice," and I cried. Not from sadness, but from relief. Step 5. Daily voice notes. Every night I recorded 3 minutes. I said, "Today I learned this. Today I tried that. Today I fixed this word." On day 9, I listened to day 1 and heard progress. That feeling fueled me. I also changed how I spoke about myself. I stopped saying, "Sorry for my English." I started saying, "Thank you for your patience. I am still learning." That sentence changed my posture and my breath. 25 days after the failed interview, I applied to another company. This time I walked in slowly. I greeted the staff. I used short, clear lines. I smiled. They hired me for a support role with phones and email. I did not feel perfect. I felt ready to learn in public. On my first day, I sat at a desk with a headset and a list of phrases. The phones rang non-stop. My first call was fast and angry. I did not understand the first time. I asked, "Could you repeat that, please?" I stayed calm. I solved the issue in 9 minutes. When I put down the headset, my hands were shaking, but I also felt new strength. For 2 weeks, I made many errors. I said he for she. I said I am agree. I said receipt in a strange way. My team laughed sometimes in a kind way, and they also helped me. I listened carefully to good speakers. I wrote down useful lines. I drank water and breathed slowly. A woman in the next seat said, "Alex, your English is not perfect, but your heart is strong." Her words stayed with me. I built an after-work routine with clear blocks. After work, I walked home and spoke out loud for 20 minutes. I called this time the talk walk. I described my day in simple English. Then I studied 5 new words using 4 columns. Word, easy meaning, example, my sentence. I did not learn 50 words. I learned 5 well. I used them in messages and in calls. I practiced pronunciation with short videos. I paused and repeated. I tried tongue twisters like red lorry, yellow lorry, and I laughed at my mistakes. I also did role plays in the mirror, ordering food, asking HR questions, making small talk. Every Sunday, I recorded a 3-minute talk on one topic. Why I want English, my biggest fear, how I stay motivated, how to say no politely. I posted some of these talks in a small group online. Some people ignored me, but some cheered for me. Their kind words gave me fuel. I changed my mindset. I stopped chasing perfect and started measuring progress. I celebrated tiny wins. Did I understand a fast line? Win. Did I stay calm during a hard call? Win. Did I use a new phrase in real life? Win. Each win was a brick in a strong wall. One day my supervisor asked me to take a hard call. The customer was upset. I listened, paused, and said, "I understand. Let us fix this together." After 15 minutes, the customer thanked me. My team clapped. I felt taller. Later, more people noticed. A teammate said, "You sound clear and warm." I looked in the mirror that night and said, "I am proud of you, Alex." Still, I wanted more. I did not want to only answer phones. I wanted to lead meetings, join deep talks, write stories, and help other learners. So I built a second system, deep immersion. I gave every room a purpose. The kitchen became the vocabulary zone. I labeled items: kettle, pan, lid, shelf. I narrated actions. I am boiling water, I am cutting onions, I am washing the plate. The bedroom became the listening and thinking zone. I listened to audiobooks each night. I ended the day by thinking in English on purpose. I planned tomorrow in my head with short lines. I will ask about the report. I will wear my white shirt. I hope the weather is cool. The bathroom became the quick speaking zone. I taped 10 questions to the mirror and answered them while I brushed my teeth. Every Sunday I tried the mirror hour. At first I lasted 5 minutes. After 4 weeks I reached 20. After 2 months I reached 40. After 3 months I spoke for 1 hour without stopping. I learned common expressions and felt more natural. Break the ice, call it a day, run out of time. I set weekly goals. Learn 10 phrasal verbs, give feedback in English at a meeting, call a friend and speak only English for 30 minutes. Slowly, something deep changed. My voice felt stable. My sentences felt clear. My body felt calm. My life also changed. I moved out of the basement to a small, bright room. I bought a second-hand bookshelf and filled it with easy readers. I planted 2 small pots on the window ledge and watered them every morning. I called my mother and spoke with her in simple English for fun, and she learned small phrases too. My younger cousin asked me for help with interviews. I smiled when I realized that I had become the person I needed years ago. At work, my manager asked, "Alex, can you help train the next group?" I said yes. I prepared simple slides with clear language. I showed call scripts, common mistakes, and polite lines. I told them to breathe, to pause, to smile, and to take notes. I was not perfect, but new staff listened because I was real. One trainee said, "Your story gives me hope." That night I cried again, but this time the tears washed away fear. A year later, I spoke on a small stage at a community event. There were 200 people. My hands were cold, but my voice was warm. I told them that fluency is built, not born. People clapped, and a young boy hugged me after the talk. He said, "I feel like you told my story." In the next years, my role grew. I became a communication coach. I earned enough to support my family and to save for big goals. I fixed my parents' kitchen. I paid part of my sister's school fees. I also met someone special at a weekend workshop. Her name was Lena. She said, "I like how you speak to people slowly and kindly." We talked about dreams, and I told her I wanted to travel with only a small backpack and clear English. She smiled and said, "I will walk beside you." We took long walks by the river and spoke about fear, courage, and joy. Our words built a bridge. I kept growing at work. I started a lunchtime club for practice. We used plain English and real tasks. We wrote quick emails, gave 1-minute updates, and did tiny debates. We used a rule called LACE: listen, ask, clarify, explain. People loved it because it was simple and useful. The club grew from 5 people to 30. I created one more method, the 3-3-3 habit. 3 minutes of reading, 3 minutes of speaking, 3 minutes of writing, 3 times a day. This small cycle fits into any life. I kept logs, and after 90 days I could see clear change. My speech was smoother, my mind was faster. I share now the 10 lessons that helped me the most. 1. English is not a mountain, it is a road. Walk it step by step. 2. Clear beats fast. Slow down and be kind to your listener. 3. Practice equals progress. Do it daily, even when you feel tired. 4. Learn like a child. See, hear, say, use. 5. The mirror is a friend. Speak to yourself every day. 6. Describe your actions. When you act, speak. 7. Keep a small word book. 5 words a day is enough if you use them. 8. Watch with subtitles first, then without. 9. Do not fear mistakes. Fear the habit of silence. 10. Teach someone what you learned. Teaching doubles your memory. Now I am in my 30s. I am still learning, but I am also guiding others. I am proof that a quiet person can become a clear speaker with the right steps. Every evening I look outside my window and whisper, "Thank you for staying with the plan." One word at a time, built this life. You may feel late. You may feel lost. You may think English is too hard. But if you give one honest hour each day, your life can change too. English is not only a language, it is a key. It opens doors to work, travel, friendship, freedom, and peace. You can turn the key. Start where you are. Stand up now. Go to your mirror. Say, "I can, I will, I must. I am learning English and I will not stop." Start small today. Drink water. Breathe. Open your notebook. Write one line. "I am a speaker who is growing." Then speak that line out loud 3 times. Feel the ground under your feet. Your voice belongs in the world. Before we close, let me show you the exact tools I used so you can copy them today. Tool 1, the pause and point method. When your mind is empty, pause for 1 second. Point to the idea with easy words, and move on. Say, "I do not know the exact word, but it is like this," and then give a simple picture. Tool 2, the slow sandwich. Start slow to build trust. Speak a little faster when you explain, then slow down again to close. Tool 3, the pocket card. I carried 10 lines on a small card. Could you say that again, please? Thank you for waiting. Let me check and get back to you. May I ask a quick question? I agree. I understand. I am not sure, but I will find out. What do you mean by that? Let us try this. Have a great day. I read them in the morning, at lunch, and at night. Tool 4, 2 chairs. I acted as the customer in one chair, then moved to the other chair and answered as the agent. I switched 10 times and recorded the last try. Tool 5, the word ladder. Choose a simple word and climb. Help, help with helpful, helpful tip. Say each step in a sentence. These tools made me ready even on hard days. I also used a light daily rhythm. Morning 5 minutes. Stand in front of a mirror and say your name, your goal, and one kind line to yourself. Morning 10 minutes. Read 1 page out loud and mark 3 words. Commute time, listen to a short talk. Lunch, write 4 sentences about your morning. After work, walk and talk for 10 minutes. Evening, learn 5 words and 1 phrase. Night, record a 2-minute voice note. This is enough to keep the wheel turning. I want to open 1 week from my notebook so you can see real mistakes and fixes. On a Monday, I confused lend and borrow during a call. The customer corrected me. My face got hot, but I kept going. That night I wrote a repair note. I lend to you, you borrow from me. I made 5 sentences for each. On Tuesday I missed a number in an address. The fix was a repeat line. Let me confirm the number. It is 5173, correct? On Wednesday I spoke too soon and cut a client off. The fix was a breath and a count. Let the person finish. Breathe out, then speak. By Friday my calls were calm again. This is the real path. Error, awareness, repair, test, repeat. Now here is a 30-day plan in plain steps. Week 1, build your base. Day 1 to 3, greetings, thanks, and requests. Day 4 to 5, phone lines. Day 6 to 7, self-introduction and family talk. Week 2, daily life strength. Day 8, shopping. Day 9, directions. Day 10, work updates. Day 11, questions for meetings. Day 12, small talk. Day 13, making plans. Day 14, review. Week 3, problem skills. Day 15, apologizing. Day 16, asking for details. Day 17, giving clear steps. Day 18, handling anger. Day 19, closing a talk. Day 20, summary. Day 21, review. Week 4, leadership basics. Day 22, giving feedback. Day 23, short reports. Day 24, asking for help. Day 25, teach a small lesson. Day 26, speak on a topic for 5 minutes. Day 27, tell a simple story. Day 28, Q&A. Day 29, long review. Day 30, celebrate and set the next plan. Keep going for the next month with the same wheel. Let me give you one more example with a fast speaker. A man called and spoke very quickly about a double charge. I heard only half. I used 3 steps. Step 1, write keywords, double charge, date, bank. Step 2, repeat and check. I want to confirm you see 2 charges on March 14th, correct? Step 3, give a short plan. I will do 3 things now. Check your order, create a ticket, and send you an email. Please stay with me for 2 minutes. The call ended well. I put a small star sticker in my book. I suggest you use stars too. They are simple proof that you are moving. I also want to give quick help for pronunciation with an easy idea. Mouth, voice, music. Mouth means lip and tongue shape. Voice means vibration in the throat. Music means stress and rhythm. Mark stress with dots. Big dot for the strong part, small dot for the weak part. Practice with pairs like present and present, object and object. Do not chase a perfect accent. Chase clarity and kindness. Reading and writing help as well. Use short graded stories. Read out loud for 5 minutes. Use a finger to guide your eyes. Guess the meaning and move on. Check later. Write a microjournal with 4 lines. What I did, what I learned, what I felt, what I will do next. It keeps your mind clear and gives you a map for tomorrow. Fear will walk with you for a while. Carry it like a small stone in your pocket and keep walking. Before a call or a meeting, use this tiny ritual. Roll your shoulders, breathe out, set one tiny goal. And whisper progress, not perfect. It takes 30 seconds and changes the way you speak. If you can join or form a small group, do it. Meet once a week for 30 minutes. Use a timer. Speak for 1 minute each, then give 1 praise and 1 suggestion. If you cannot, use 2 chairs or your camera. Look at yourself with kind eyes. Kind eyes keep you going. At work, I later started a lunch club with simple rules. Listen, ask, clarify, explain. We called it LACE. We did 1-minute updates and small role plays. It helped new staff and gave me practice too. You can try it with friends. Please remember this map. Breath, body, brain, voice. Breath first with a slow exhale. Body next with soft shoulders. Brain next with 1 tiny goal. Voice last with a slow start. This map is fast and strong. Use it in your next interview, your next call, or your next class. Today, my life is not perfect, but it is peaceful. I can help at work, lead training, and support family. I can listen to a friend and answer with care. English gave me doors, and I believe it can give you doors too. If your past is silent, let your future be full of brave, small sounds. Stand up now, take your notebook, and write. I am a speaker in training. Say it out loud 3 times. Put it on your wall. Start your 3-3-3 habit. Protect your sleep. Drink water. Take walks. Smile at your mistakes. You are not late. The road is in front of you, and you are ready to walk. In the year after my first small stage, more changes came. My manager asked me to prepare new people across 3 teams. I said yes and built a simple guide with 3 parts: prepare, deliver, review. We kept meetings short. We used plain words. We aimed for 1 useful result each day. People liked the style because it was light and human. I also met Lena again at a weekend class. We walked by the river and talked about fear and courage. She told me, "Your voice is calm. It helps me feel brave." I told her, "Your smile reminds me to keep going." We both came from quiet places. English became our bridge. We planned small trips and used English for tickets, maps, and food. We got lost once in a busy station and laughed because we could ask for help and find our way. This was a small dream come true. A language is not only for work, it is also for love, for play, for friendship, and for peace. I kept sending money home and helped my sister with her school forms. My mother learned to say goodnight and proud of you in simple English, and those words felt like warm tea on a cold day. On my birthday, I looked at my old wall with the star stickers and the taped papers. I touched the first line I ever wrote. I speak English fluently. I am still becoming that person. I smiled because it was still true. We are always becoming. That is not a problem. That is the beauty of learning. If this journey helped you, please like the video, share it with someone who needs courage. and subscribe to English 1314 for more simple stories, clear lessons, and weekly practice plans.